Hi, we're back cooking with Sharon, and today I have an amazing seafood option for you today. So you all know I love seafood, so I try to do a variety of different things, healthy, easy, and I try to do something that's economical, but today we're going to splurge a little because we're doing a miso soy Chilean sea bass. Now, if you don't know anything about fish or seafood, sea bass can be somewhat expensive. But I have an alternative option for you. So if you don't want to splurge on the Chilean sea bass, you can use cod. And so right here, I have cod that is not marinated because the whole, premise of this recipe is that it requires some marination. And we're going to make our sauce, and that's what this sauce is. I have my Chilean sea bass in here that's been marinating for, I would say, about almost 5 hours. You don't want to go past, I would say, 6 or 7 hours, but this has been marinating nicely. So we're going to use that, and then I'm going to show you, because it's somewhat the same whitefish family. It's not the same flavor profile. Kinda. We can fool someone maybe with cod. So that's why I'm going to show you today. So I love cooking with, some special things. And if you haven't been to Japan or Japanese restaurant, hibachi and all that jazz, a lot of times they serve sake. And that's what I have here. So we have sake, and I also have mirin and miso, and then brown sugar. So that's and soy sauce. So that's the base of our sauce. So what I'm going to do is mix all of those together. I do have salt and pepper, but honestly, you're probably not going to want to use too much salt because with the soy sauce, it's salty in itself. So we're going to take, like I said, the brown sugar. It's about 1/3 of a cup packed. I have miso paste, and you can find that in your grocery store aisle. It's just a paste. If you don't know what miso is, it's a soybean base. So we have that, and then this is kind of like a Japanese wine or vinegar. But you can find it all in the international aisle or even just in the local grocery store aisle. So we have those 3 ingredients, plus we're going to put in our soy sauce. And this is about 1/3 of a cup of the other ingredients. And then you can check out the recipe, but the soy sauce, I want to say I did like 1/2 a cup. So we're going to mix all this together, and you can actually smell the flavors just coming out. I didn't put in my sake yet, but that is going to be added as well. So you're going to do like 1/3 cup of sake, and you're just going to mix it right in. And you can get this, I suppose, just a little bit more. Doesn't hurt. You can get this at like Total Wine, or I think they have it in the grocery store. I'm not quite sure. I got it from Total Wine. Okay, so just mix everything up very nicely. The brown sugar should mix down as well. And then we're going to place our fish in this mixture, and just make sure, like I'm going to actually change bowls once we get done. But you want something where everything can kind of like sit, so a deeper dish. I just grabbed this. But you're going to put your fish in here and let it marinate, like I said, for a minimum of about 4 hours. You'll be able to tell the difference once you eat it. This may work, this dish, but I'm still going to switch it out because you kind of want, like you see over here in this one, your fish to be coated. And like I said, this has been sitting there. It looks amazing. But you want to make sure that's fully in that sauce. So this is not going to quite work, but it's all good. I'll switch it out once I finish preparing the Chilean sea bass. Okay, so and you see with the cod, If you have a dish like this and you don't have anything that is deeper and shorter, just make sure, I would make sure this side is down into your marinade. So skin side up. All right, so that's the marinade. We'll put that off to the side. And like I said, this has been marinating now for about 5 hours. We're going to, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you, turn on your ovens to about 400 degrees. Now with this, it's not going to take a whole lot of time in your oven to cook. Quite honestly, we could probably finish everything in our skillet right here, but we're going to pan sear it on both sides for about 3 or 4 minutes and then finish it in the oven. So I have olive oil right here. We're just going to coat our pan. I probably, if I wanted a different taste, you could use sesame oil. I'm just a big fan of olive oil, but either one. Just coat your pan. And then we're going to get this nice and hot. One thing too you want to prepare is green onions. Just chop those up. Another thing, for the day of when you're at, or a few hours later, what you want to serve with this, what would go well with it would be, I've prepared basmati rice. You could do bok choy. I'm going to do some sauteed spinach today with it. But any of those green vegetables will pair nicely with this. And of course with rice. So your skillet should be nice and hot. It's not quite ready yet. Okay, well, now it's almost there. All right, so we're going to take our fish, put it in our skillet. And if you do have fish that has a skin on it, start off with the skin side down. Okay. I'm sorry, skin side up. That's how I usually prepare it. Okay, and just let it. Now with the fish, you don't want to overcook it either. This is going to be a nice light and flaky fish, so you don't want to overcook it because, like I said, we're going to put it in the oven. And really, the sauce is what's going to make it too. I don't know if you can tell already in our skillet, but don't throw this away. What we're going to do with this is we're going to reduce it down shortly and have it as a sauce. And I don't know if you can see in our skillet right now, but you can kind of see that the brown sugar is caramelizing and breaking down already. So we're just going to, it has a little color on there. Oh, that one is better. And you can also take this same skillet or whatever you're searing your fish in. If it's oven safe, you can use that and put it in the oven. No need to transfer your pots or your pans. All right. Looking good. And we're going to finish this off in the oven. So like I said, your oven should be at like 425, and we're going to put this in the oven for about 7 to 8 minutes. So we will see you shortly once you put your fish in. All right. Okay, so as we're about to put our sea bass into the oven, we're just gonna, before we do it, actually go ahead and do it, or you can do it in whatever order. I'm just gonna make this glaze. We're gonna reduce down the remaining marinade into a glaze that we'll have once the sea bass comes out. So while it's cooking, actually just throw it in the oven right now, and maybe put a little, I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of pepper on mine, which I forgot to do earlier, just for a little bit of flavor. Okay, but we're going to take just a skillet, and I'm going to take the rest of this marinade, And because it has the brown sugar and mirin in it, it's going to break down or cook down to like a glaze. All right. And you want your skillet on high. You could have used the same skillet as the sea bass, but we're just going to keep cooking over here. So I just grabbed a little small one. So as it's cooking down, reducing down, your sea bass is cooking. And then you can also start plating if you want. And once that's done, you want to have if you want to do spinach, you could do a spinach and kale sauteed mix, or you could do, like I said, broccolini. I mentioned a couple things earlier, but broccolini will go well with this. Also asparagus. But like I said before, I'm going to actually plate it with some sauteed spinach. All right. And if it takes a while thickening up, it's okay. You could also add in a little bit, just a little, because it already has enough sugar, but just a little bit more brown sugar. But just be patient. It'll cook down. It's already starting to get a little bit thicker as we just continually stir it. Again, with these non-stick, oh my gosh, these non-stick skillets or pans, you want to make sure that you're using the appropriate type of utensils. You don't want to scrape all this. And with the brown sugar, sometimes with this mix, you see it's getting a little bit bubbly. So just take it away from your heat. That's the advantage of cooking. I love cooking on gas. Electric, you probably wouldn't be able to do something like this. You'd have to be a lot more careful because of the heat. And, now this isn't the right tong, because I see here, all this is off. Doggone it. They didn't tell me that I needed to replace this. I could easily burn myself. Safety first. Oh, okay. So it's reducing down nicely. And this should take about the same amount of time as your sea bass is going to take when you're cooking. It may take a little bit longer, but again, that's all right. We want it to be a little thicker. You don't have to use this, but it's going to be a nice glaze for your fish once you plate it up. And why would you waste all that? All that good marinade. So okay, I'm gonna add it's cooking nicely. Oh, well, maybe I won't. I was gonna say I was gonna add just a little bit more brown sugar, but I'm a little impatient, so that's the reason why I was trying to speed up this whole process. But again, it's okay if it's gonna bubble up like this. It's just reducing down. It's cooking down. You can just move it away from your heat for a moment. We'll let that simmer. And just turn down your flame so it's not as high. All right. I'm getting a little... I don't have any brown sugar close by, so I will just keep... Let me just try this. I want mine a little bit thicker than this. That's the reason why I'm going to let it reduce down a little bit more. And then also what I may do is add in just a little bit more brown sugar. But you see, as it's cooking, you're going to have less of the sauce, just so you know that, because it is, like I said, reducing down. But it's all good. We don't need that much sauce anyways for what we have here. So I'm going to let this continue cooking, and I'm going to go ahead and put my sea bass in the oven, and we will be back to finish it up. Okay, we're back. Your Chilean sea bass should have come out the oven, and this looks perfect. You see there should be some brown on the top. And then I went ahead and made a bed of spinach. You could also have basmati rice, but we're just going to plate it. And then hopefully you all reduce down your marinade. So it should look like this. And literally, it took maybe, I didn't add anything else to it. I didn't add brown sugar, but you see that same marinade that we made for the sea bass. This is it. So this is actually going to be our garnish, and I'm going to put a little glaze on top of our plate. So and then we'll just put it around the plate. That's it. And then I told you I had some spring onions. We'll go ahead and just put those on as well for a little color. And you are finished. Looks like something you'd get from the restaurant, right? And then, like I said, you can serve it with rice, or this is perfectly presented just like this. All right, as always, we appreciate you joining Cooking with Sharon. We'll see you the next time.